Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, yeah, I suddenly got this very strong urge to come and do a Blu-ray update. I felt some pretty intense shifting in energy. I've been in a pretty good, pretty chill mood all day. And then suddenly, it's not that I'm in a bad mood. It's not that anything happened. I just suddenly feel a shift in my high heart. And I'm told that there's a major shifting going on that will lead to something profound for you if you can hold on. If you can hold on, you have to hold on. Okay. You can't allow yourself to be blown around by this energy. You have to make sure that you anchor yourself into your truth. Hold space for yourself to shift and learn and expand, and you'll get through it. Okay. So let me push this forward just a little bit. All right. That's exactly what's going on. That is exactly what's going on. So I'm seeing that many of us are feeling as though we are outsiders. This change is going to really, really amplify your feeling of being on the outside. In whatever ways you feel different, in whatever ways you feel like no one understands you, you're super alone in this life, that you're just weird, those types of feelings. Those are all the ways in which you are here to serve. Okay. What that means is whatever the insecurity is, that's the part of you that needs the most attention. And as you give yourself the attention for that portion of yourself, you begin to learn lessons about that part of you. As you learn about that part of you, as you make progress through that struggle, through that challenge, you'll begin to gather more information and knowledge to help you serve whatever your purpose is in this life. So, although you feel like an outsider, we are the world. It's not just the Blu-rays that have incarnated at this time. It's so much more than just Blu-rays at this point. Okay. There are so many of us, so many from so many different rays, so many different energetic families that are here. Some of us are here to spread light. Some of us are here. Some of us are here for the opposite reason. Okay. And it's not that one is better than the other. It's that the human mind fails to be able to understand and accept both the light and the dark are equal components of one whole. So this is about allowing yourself to really explore your shadow aspects. A lot of people won't like me saying that because it will be like this sense of, oh, she's telling you to get real dark and dark is evil. And, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's time for you to really get to know who you are. And you won't do that so long as you're only allowing certain parts of you to rise. You have to let your totality come together, okay? You have to let all your parts rise to the surface. As you do this, it's going to burn away that veil of illusion. Your truth rises and it has this fire within it that really just burns away all the illusion, all the distortions, all the bullshit. And as it does that, you'll become more aware of which people in your life really just serve as a source of drama, a source of unnecessary struggle, unnecessary challenge. All of us have people like this in our lives. Yeah, no, I was going to say, I don't. No, I do. I do. I can think of one person in particular. Let me not say it. I'm not going to say it. I can think of one person in particular, but it's not that they're bad people per se. I think we have to kind of steer clear of that, just like go in another direction. Move away from that whole good person, bad person thing. We all are born with intrinsic goodness. We all have the potentiality for bad. And really, none of that even really matters. None of it. Some of the worst people that you will come across, once they finally go through that process of healing, they can become some of the most beautiful souls. Some of the most beautiful souls I know, and I know several, okay? It's not just one person, it's several, where like just the thought of how they show love and the type of peace within their heart. These people are people who have had struggles with meth. And like I said, it's not just one person. It's not like there's this one exception, like, oh, this is the one person, but everyone else that struggled with this particular substance is just absolutely horrendous. No, it's actually quite a few. It's quite a few. And I look at their souls, I look at their purpose, I look at their hearts, and it's like, so beautiful. And you had to go through all that to allow this beauty to rise. You had to go through so much challenge to allow these parts of you that are the most beautiful to ripen enough that it bears fruit, the sweetest fruit. So whatever your perception is of good, bad, all of that, toss it out. Toss it out. Soul doesn't care about that. Soul doesn't care about all those labels and concepts. So that's part of the shift. Allowing yourself to really see the truth of what your struggles are. Oftentimes, your struggles are opportunities for you to ripen your inner understanding of yourself and your soul. This is opportunity after opportunity for you to really get to know yourself. But if you're going to continue to exist on the surface level, only where, only go as deep as people will allow you because of their comfort level regarding your depth, you're not going to get anywhere. If I only allowed myself to exist in such a way that took into consideration people's level of comfort, I would be a shadow of who I am. I would be who I've been this entire time, up until I got to the point where I just didn't give a shit anymore about pleasing people, making sure people's feelings don't get hurt. I'm not going to say things just to be malicious. I'm going to speak truth. And could you imagine the amount of truth that would be withheld if I only allowed myself to deliver messages that were easy to hear, easy to accept, messages that only make you feel good about yourself? That's a lie. That's a lie. That's me adding another layer of blinders over your eyes. So, how are you going to choose to exist? Surface level, or are you going to continue to take blinders after blinders after blinders off? It's a very challenging process, but I promise you, what you see, the clarity with which you see, after you go through this intense, very long process, it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. So let's see now. Okay. That's interesting. Blinders, you're not seeing what's coming. You're not seeing what's being presented in front of you. Card number 18, mosaic. Let chance play its creative role in your life. There you are. Eyes are non-existent. Your identity being removed. Whoever you think you are right now, it's probably not who you actually are. Up until you reach a certain point of consciousness expansion, the identity you believe to be you is usually nothing more than a compilation of other people's expectations of who they want you to be, who they need you to be, whether you're a villain, a hero, a victim, a victimizer. People will put labels on you. And are they true? Maybe for the person, but probably not for you. I know who I am at this point. I know that I still have so much to learn about myself, and I'm still in the process of growing. I'm going to always keep growing through this whole life. But I know enough about me to know I'm not a victimizer. I don't look for people to victimize. But I promise you, there are people out there, for whatever reason, because I've turned away, I no longer want to participate in whatever bullshit. I've turned away, like, you do what you do, say whatever you want about me, I'm out. I'm out. I'm pretty sure if you find them, they'll tell you that I victimized them, that I abandoned them. Because when you abandon someone, you're victimizing them. It's like a form of victimization. Yeah, no. I'm loving myself more. I'm choosing myself, my well-being, my emotional and mental health over all of that. And see, that's the thing, Blu-rays. We have to exist in a world that is very much built on a structure of fiat, fake money. Okay, that's what we exist upon. You have to pay to exist. There's a fee for your existence. Now, there will be those, because as Blu-rays, money is usually a very difficult topic for us. It's one that we tend to shy away from. It's something we tend to not allow ourselves to have. Money is just such a difficult topic for Blu-rays to breach. There will be those who will treat you as though, because they've given you money, like, you owe me. There's even some people who develop friendships with you, who really go out of their way to cultivate a friendship with you because they're purchasing you. Are you okay with that? Because if you're not okay with that, at this point, I'm wondering, ooh, and it was just 12 minutes, 12 seconds. Ooh. I'm wondering if this has to do with a shift regarding money, where Blu-rays are going to experience some sort of elevated challenge. You say make more money, that there's no, like, you have to give that up. You need money to exist on this earth. You just do. You just do. And you have to allow yourself to receive. And I've said this a couple times now. Part of the way that we as Blu-rays with elevated consciousness change this world structure with which society operates is by allowing ourselves to receive that money, allowing ourselves to pull in our abundance in every way possible. Support, love, understanding, encouragement, inspiration, financially, all these different forms of abundance. Because as you do that, it makes it easier for you to be yourself, as well as to fulfill your purpose. I used to feel really strongly like, I will never accept money for this, for the work that I do. It's not work, it's a gift. You can't charge for a gift. Yeah. Yeah. And I said that at a time where my back was out. Herniated disc left and right, could barely walk because my knees were giving out. If you look at the spiritual significance of knee pain and low back pain, knee injury, low back injury, this has to do with the rejection of yourself, your soul, your purpose, your process. I unfortunately fed into that draconian lie that if you allow money to arrive, you are now evil. You are greedy. You are selfish. You are the problem. How dare you? It's a lie. It's a lie. You can still earn a living wage. You can still allow monetary abundance in and honor your purpose. The greatest lesson that I've learned as I've allowed myself to fully align with my purpose, that full alignment creates a full dilation in that pathway that's used for abundance to arrive. As I have fully aligned, abundance comes in, all its forms, including monetary. Now, I can't say that I'm a rich person. You want to know why? Because I give most of it away. And it's not something that I plan. If you find me on the street and I see you have a need, I'm fulfilling that need. I don't care your name. I don't care to be repaid. It's just being fulfilled. And so I've come to really realize whatever I pull in, whether it be lessons, whether it be support, whether it be love, understanding, whatever it is, whatever I pull in, it's helping me be more of who I am. And the person that I am, it's not greedy. I'm not a selfish person. I'm not greedy. I'm not evil. I'm not the reason there's problems in the world. And what I do with the money actually helps to heal other people. It helps tide people through their struggles. So now I'm in a point where it's like, all right, I'm on board. I'm on board. I'm on board because the more I'm able to earn, not just donations, okay? As you guys know, with the exception of my sibling and someone else, like other people who have needed considerable amounts that I don't have the ability to give right then and there, I don't take donations. I'm going to earn whatever I have. That's just my mindset. Whatever I'm going to earn, as much as it becomes, that means however much it amplifies, that's how many more people I can help. That's how many more things I can do for other people. So if you really take that in, allow yourself to shift out of that mindset of money is evil. I mean, evil things can be done with money. But creation exists with balance. Whatever evil can be done with money, it can be corrected with money. Whatever malicious intent has a very healing counterpart. Light and dark, they come together as one. They give each other meaning. They give each other gravity and purpose. So now you have to detox yourself. Again, notice eyes are covered. Card number 3, detox, cleanse and restore yourself. It's time to really, really purge yourself of all of these beliefs that we are taught are truth, spiritual truths, when in actuality, they are spiritual manipulations. No. This concept of you can only be happy and positive, fuck you. I don't think so. Yeah, no. If you disrespect me to a certain degree, if you attack me, there's no reason for me to be positive or happy. There's every reason for me to get very real with you and get equally aggressive. No, you're not doing this shit here. I don't think so. Why don't people fuck with me? Because I'm not an easy victim. If you're going to fuck with me, you're going to have to really, really try. And I promise you, I'm going to make it even harder than you think I would make it. No, you don't just let people tell you that you are a bad person for being a person. And the people that expect you to be a punching bag, well, they can volunteer themselves. There's no need for you to be a part of that equation. Oh, you want someone to get beat? Oh, you go volunteer yourself. I won't stand in your way. I won't fight you for it. Just go volunteer yourself. Go ahead and do that. I'm not down for it. You don't have to be down for it. Because that's not what you were here for. That's not what you were here for. So people can think that Jesus chose to be born in order to be murdered. I don't think so. I don't think so. Jesus came forward to present humanity with a new way of existing, and humanity wasn't ready. So because of their very deeply rooted cognitive dissonance, they chose to execute an innocent man. I'm sorry, I'm not Jesus. No, you're not going to spin the story. If you're going to murder me, that's murder. I'm not Jesus. We're not going to spin this. So unless you're okay with yourself, your identity, your purpose, your soul being murdered day in and day out, you're going to have to start doing something about this. Does that mean you have to fight with everybody? No. It means you have to learn enough discernment in order to decide what type of reaction or response is appropriate for you. And it's going to be different every single time. There can be a trigger word. Hockey sticks. Sometimes when that word is said, you need to get real riled up. You need to get real aggressive and push back. Sometimes when that word is said, it's like, oh, whatever. No, I don't need to do nothing. Whatever. I don't have time for this. That's what you call sovereignty, where you can decide for yourself without someone else dictating to you. So card number 13. Liberation. Free yourself. It's time to free yourself from that monster that people think is spiritual evolution, spiritual growth, ascension. Yeah, no, not we. I'm sorry. My mind is like going so many places. It's not someone else. We have gone ahead and turned nothing more than a spiritual process into an actual monster. We've done that. We've done that. When we've bought into someone else's bullshit, like, we've allowed it. And it's gotten to a point where it's so normalized that it's, yeah. Yeah. Let me stop. Because I'm about to get a little too real. So let's see what else the messages are. What other type of shift is this? So it's internal. It's how you see. It's your perception. It's allowing your perception to shift enough so that you can choose different reactions, different responses. So let's see. This card came up earlier too. Oh, this as well. That's so weird. That's so weird. These two cards came up earlier and there's no way they should have been stuck because I put the cards, like whatever cards I use, I don't just shove them all. I separate them. All right. Card number 14, assurance. This is assurance that you're complete in all your seasons. And if you are going to go ahead and shun one of the seasons because someone has told you it's less valuable, then, I mean, I hear you're shit out of luck. Because the void that's left as you remove and hide those aspects of yourself that you deem unworthy based on other people's expectations of you, that creates a void. Creation doesn't like voids. It will always fill it. What will it fill it with? Unless you know the techniques for my system, Clockwork 33, you're probably going to leave that void. So then whatever crosses your path, parasitic probably, it'll find a nice little home in your space. And then that's what you got to deal with. Not worth it. One of the reasons it's difficult to breach me, it's not impossible, but it's very difficult. Why? I don't allow voids within myself. I own every single aspect of myself. I am my own person. If you are disappointed in who I am, has nothing to do with me. And it has everything to do with your unfair, unrealistic expectations from me. And the bottom line is this. If you can't provide for yourself what you are expecting from me, is that fair? Is that realistic? If you can't implement the solutions for yourself, for your life problems, how do you expect me to fix that? Can I fix that? If you already have the solutions, but you're just not implementing it, then no, absolutely not. There's nothing I can do for that. Nothing. I'm going to be really real with you. There's nothing I can do for that. But however, if you have distortions that cause you to see the solution as part of the problem, I can help you see better. If you choose to see. And just because we have eyes doesn't mean we choose to use them. Just because we have ears doesn't mean we choose to use them. Sometimes our level of refusal to submit to the will of our own soul is so out of hand that we go deaf, blind, and dumb. We fail to hear. We fail to see. We fail to communicate. That's hard to overcome if you refuse to acknowledge that those are your struggles. Okay? So now we're talking about our differences. We have to celebrate our differences. We were never meant to be all the same. We were never meant to be all at the same place within our journey. We were never meant to have the same exact details within that journey. The nuances of the lessons that we learn are always different from other people. It's just different. The more that you can release the need to like critique someone else's journey and instead shift the focus back to yourself, where you could totally see how you co-create things. You can take ownership of your decisions, accountability, all of these beautiful concepts. If we're able to do that for ourselves, what ends up happening is the potentiality for your growth for every single circumstance becomes amplified and elevated. Yes. Yes, it is. It's right there.
Sorry.
It's okay.
You took it.
I didn't take it. I didn't take it. Do you want to show them your hand?
What hand?
Oh, shit. Do you want to show me your hand? Yeah. Like that? Just show me your hand. He's alive. He's alive. Sorry. Okay. So the moment you can begin really, can you close the door all the way?
That's good.
No, it's not.
All right.
Thank you. The moment you can begin really taking accountability for all of the things, right? He's alive. I shouldn't have said that. The moment you can take responsibility for all of that, though, your ability to grasp just how powerful you are in your life, it really, really elevates. If I understand that much of my suffering comes from the way I perceive my circumstance, that suffering can be neutralized very easily. Very, very easily. A lot of people who know me in real life think that I just don't care. I'm like, oh, no big deal, whatever. It's not that serious. I just blow everything off. It's not that I blow everything off. It's that I understand I have to take ownership of what I decide. I'm no one's victim. No one. Who lives? My brother lives. He's alive. I haven't updated on him in a while. I'm trying to give him his privacy. So I haven't been updating. All right. So card number 5, clear out the old. If you're going to choose to continue to blind yourself from the old shit that's been continuing to rise up and distract you, deplete you, confuse you, make you feel very, very small, insignificant, all of that. Clear out the old. Allow yourself to empty all of that out. You know what happens when you do that? You free up space within your auric field for new things to arrive, new things to enter. Hopefully you'll choose to allow your abundance to come in. And whether that abundance is money or friends, support, understanding, whatever it is, abundance is abundance. I appreciate all of it. I absolutely appreciate all of it. So this deck is done. Next deck. I think we're almost done. I'm so hot in here for some reason. Oh, that's right. Because my head is wrapped in saran wrap. My eyelids are starting to sweat. Mikey says to show you what's under my hat. Saran wrap. Saran wrap. I ain't ashamed. I own every part of my life. I just told you guys. I own it. Whew. Okay, here we go. One more shuffle. This shift is huge, you guys. Shift is huge. Huge. Okay, so here goes. Card number 1, after the storm. So, yeah, after the storm, but my mind is focusing on the fact that this is confirmation. We're going to have a storm. We're about to have a category 5. Is that high? I think that's high. Category 5. I have to see. Category 5 storm. Highest classification in the scale, category 5, consists of storms with sustained winds over 156 miles per hour. Whew. Damn, that's a hurricane. That's not, wow. Oh, this is, this is not good. If you're afraid of change, this is change, okay? This is absolutely change. Change is coming. It can't be contained. It can't be avoided. You have to channel your inner buffalo. That bison is known for running headfirst into the storm. It doesn't run away from the storm, because when you try and run away from the storm, you end up being in a situation where the time in the storm becomes prolonged, because the storm follows you. But if you run straight to it, channel your inner heifer, run straight into the storm and get it over with. Just get it over with. Get it over with. Card number 26, relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. So for some of us, if you've been feeling energy surging, because look at all that glow around her naked body, you're surging because you're being prepared for some really intense shit. How many of you guys have been surging today? Yeah. I just have to be like that for Hey, I'm just saying, channel your inner heifer. So something is trying to cut you down. It's trying to cut you down. There's this sense of like being overly exposed. Maybe you're feeling overly exposed. Maybe something is viewing you too closely, and that's what the overexposure type thing is. But it's some big ass events is about to happen. I want to steer clear of like current event, I don't even want to say it. I'm good off all of that. Like, just y'all do whatever you're going to do. This is more internal. This is more personal. For those of you that are resonating and have been surging is when you take in accrete extremely high frequency at a very accelerated rate. And what ends up happening is you'll feel sensations of like, sometimes your eyeballs will rock, but you haven't moved. Sometimes a feeling of like being on a rocking boat, but you're not moving. Getting like tingly out of nowhere. Suddenly your heart is racing, shortness of breath. Sometimes it can mimic some pretty serious health concerns. Things like heart attack. Just really intense things. So you can be careful with that. But if you've been surging and you're surging and you can't quite figure out why, there's about to be an attempt to really bring the storm to you. Whatever this is, they've earmarked you as the heifer to go after. The heifer. Motherfucker. Is that message for me specifically, or like is it for everybody? Both. Michael said both. That don't make me feel any better. Card number 37, focus on the light. So for those of you who are in my Kokoro, that Kokoro 33 is teaching you how to harvest that energy, right? Whatever surrounds you, You can harness it for your growth. You can harness it for your protection. You can harness it to help you better learn whatever it is you're learning. The whole point of Kokoro is not just to make you a badass. It does make you into a badass. I won't lie. It's to really help you get comfortable with knowing your power and ability. That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah, I'm not promoting use of substances. So let's see. Yeah, a lot of people make these like rude ass comments sometimes. Not you, Michael, but a lot of people have made these rude ass comments during live streams talking about like, oh, what drug is she on? Like for real. I haven't done any. I've smoked marijuana early in life. I didn't like it. THC makes me violent. So yeah, that's out. And then I did acid once in high school. That was profound. And that's about it. Everything else, I'm just not drawn to it. Ayahuasca, I'm not drawn to it. Peyote, I'm not drawn to it. DMT, whatever the fudge, whatever else you guys do, I'm just not drawn to any of that. Yeah, so, I mean, yeah. So, hold on. All right. Card number 42, confidence. This is about allowing yourself to move forward. What? I don't know. There's just a weird like message that came forward. So confidence. This is about allowing yourself to move forward. Okay. Moving forward so that you can reach higher levels of confidence. Confidence is not about being able to say, I'm the shit, I'm the strong. That's not confidence. I mean, that's like surface level, very basic human function definition of confidence. The confidence that I'm talking about is just knowing, you know what? No matter what happens in life, I will get through it. It might beat me the F up. It might make me feel like this big. It might make me feel so disempowered. I don't care what it is. Eventually, I get back up. I'm not going to give up on myself. I'm not going to let anything keep me down. That's confidence. That's confidence. So card number 27, hope. It comes a time where hope is not enough. You will reach a point in your journey where you need to allow the infancy of hope to ripen, to mature into a state of knowing. Hope just it's not enough after a certain point in your life. Once you've lived past a certain point, I'm not just talking about age, I'm talking about the things you've experienced. That hope will naturally ripen into knowing. I don't know how I know, I don't know what I know, but I just know I'm going to be okay no matter what. No matter what. Whatever it is I'm going through right now, change is the only thing that's guaranteed in creation. It's the only constant. I can count on change to always shift my circumstance. So if I'm struggling right now, it's going to change. I might not know when. I might not know how. But if I can hold on to myself just long enough, I'll look around and be able to see, oh, it's changed. It's not there anymore. So card number 44, playful. Allow yourself to be curious about yourself. If you can visualize yourself as a kitten, really just exploring your own mind, your own heart, your soul, I think you'd learn quite a bit. I think you would learn quite a bit, okay? Oh, I'm done with this. All done. Okay, let's see what this deck says. One more shuffle. Ah, fucking A. I knew this card was going to come out. So that's what's causing the shift. That's what's causing the shift. All right. Card number 29, Lilith, Independence. So y'all have heard of Lilith Moon, yeah? Yeah? Sometimes that Lilith energy likes to hide so many details, so many very important parts of your lesson. That Lilith energy likes to hide it, to obscure it, to distort it, so that even though it's, even though you can feel it, whatever it is you're feeling won't make sense. Okay. Well, if you're going to be pulled that way towards the moon, then eventually, because balance, creation likes balance, you'll be pulled the other way and you'll experience periods of the sun. Card number 51. So the sun, I'm being told to look in my trusty, handy dandy paper book. Okay. Confucius say, okay. So accomplishment, contentment, success, favorable relationships, love, joy, devotion, achievement. Ooh, interesting. So if you're experiencing a dark phase and then you enter into the sun phase, I'm wondering if this dark challenge, shadowy thing, I'm wondering if what will be used is a challenge within your personal relationships, romantic, platonic, whatever it is, familial. So for some, space is going to be cleared. You're going to become aware that certain connections are toxic and you're going to need to cut it out. Okay. I don't know who it is. I don't know who I'm speaking to, but if you allow yourself to just really explore what this information is telling you about your connections, if you can allow yourself to be truthful with yourself, then you'll get the information you need so you can make the decisions you need to make. These are not going to be easy decisions, okay? Well, let's not even play ourselves like that. These are going to be very difficult decisions. Some of these challenges, it feels like there will be a lot of instigation, like an attempt to cause you to question something that doesn't really need to be questioned, an attempt to cause you to doubt, to possibly even go so far as accuse, like full on accuse someone who doesn't deserve to be accused because they haven't done anything. They haven't done anything to warrant that type of distrust. So just really be aware of how your connections, how they're being affected by this period. So I'm hearing that this is within the next 3 weeks. Okay. So three weeks. I don't know what this means. I said 3 weeks and then I hear 3 things. 3 weeks, 3 things. I don't know what it means. That's a weird message. So Michael's trying to help me better understand. He says 3 things, 3 eyes, 1 for each eye to view. 3 things. Oh, so I'm wondering if the 3 things have to do with the romantic, platonic, well, romantic, possibly familial, like family. So romantic relationship, potential family relationship, a friendship, and like a work circumstance. That's basically your whole life. Yeah, that's like, I mean, what's left after that? Nothing. What's left after that? So, I mean, is that a message that's going to come from all directions? Okay. It's coming from all directions. So if it can find a way in, it will enter. If this disharmonic energy can find an in, it will come in. You have to work on yourself. Many Blu-rays are highly sensitive empaths, and what ends up happening as a highly sensitive empath, your outer auric shield can either be very porous, it can be shifted like to the side, to the front of you, to the back of you, up above you, below you. And so that creates a thinning of that buffer zone. So it's easier to access you. Am I? Hold on. Yeah, I don't know what to make of it. You just have to focus on the light, though, okay? Focus on the light. Even when you feel very depleted, when you feel very, very exhausted, broken down by life, as though your blazing fire has now become an ember. An ember, when it's placed in darkness, it glows so beautifully. It glows so brightly. And all you need is some kindling, some sort of flammable material, fuel, and you can actually become a blazing inferno again. So I'm wondering, you have to be able to see what's actually going on, see it through the eyes of a Blu-ray. Okay, just see it through the eyes of a Blu-ray. I don't know what you're needing to see, but you have to see it through the eyes of a Blu-ray. This is going to be a period of challenge. So 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Where does that put us? Like Thanksgiving time? So, Wayne has started, right? Is that how you pronounce it? So Wayne? I don't know. It's like some sort of, and I don't think pagans are bad, okay? I definitely don't think pagans are bad. I feel like something really sinister has piggybacked off pagan beliefs and certain things for all of creation, all of the time that humanity has existed. I feel like whatever this is that piggybacks off paganism. Again, the issue is not paganism. The issue is what hides itself within paganism. And let us not get on our high horse, because there's a lot of really wicked ass spiritual practice that uses Catholic and Christian relics. Okay, they hide behind that too. Black Mass, anybody? Black Pope, anybody? Like, for real. They hide within every organized structure. So whatever's piggybacking, it's 3 weeks. Hold on. It's November. Let's see. So Wayne has started. Give me 1 second. And then you have winter solstice, and you will. No. Well, that was already done. So what, there's like a rest period? I don't know, there's something. Are there any solar lunar events coming up? Is there an eclipse? Ooh, when is the eclipse? On the 11th? So yeah, the 11/11 portal. At the end of the month for the eclipse. There really is such a thing as a black pope. And I'm not talking about skin color. Okay, so I'm wondering if this is like a trifecta period. You have so Wayne, and then you have the 11/11 portal, you have the 12/12 Stargate, you have the 12/21 gate, you have an eclipse. Okay, so the 11/11, I heard that particular portal, I don't know if it's every single 11/11, but this year is supposed to like tie into some Lemurian thing. So my mind goes back to this memory that just kind of surfaced regarding Lemuria. I try and avoid it so hard. But this came up recently where I'm having a conversation with Michael, and he's talking to me about how in order for a peaceful civilization to exist and maintain its peace is that it has to be capable of extreme violence and destruction. So then another memory comes forward about how the reason Lemuria was able to be so peaceful is because they had access to something ridiculously destructive. I wonder if that's going to be released. I don't know. It's just an uncomfortable topic at this point. Let's move forward. Let's get the last 3 cards and let's call it a day. All right. So 6 of Autumn, the good you do comes back to you, an unexpected inflow of money, borrowing wisely, or repaying a debt. There was some sort of message. It had to do with that Lilith energy. I don't know if it was this reading where it's like someone offers you, it comes with cords attached. It comes with strings, and those strings are actually cords. So the good you do comes back to you, so does the dark. I think this is a period of rebalancing. I definitely feel like whatever needs to be recalibrated, if you're not willing to go through it, you're going to really struggle through that. Okay. You're going to really struggle through it. I'm not trying to scare you. It's just how it is. If you're in labor and you don't want to push, you're going to struggle through that. You know, when it's time to push and you don't want to push, you're not going to push. Yeah, that's going to present a problem. The baby still has to be born, whether you want to push or not. It's going to happen. But if you push, that birthing process, it goes a lot faster. It's just, some of us don't want to push as we're rebirthing ourselves. So 7 of Winter. There's a better choice, not seeing things clearly, running away from the truth. See, it ties into this. The whole like borrowing wisely. I feel like you shouldn't allow anyone to access you in that way right now, where you're going to feel indebted. But then, there are those who they struggle with allowing others to help them. They struggle with allowing themselves to receive. And what ends up happening is if you hear this and you're not really looking at your personal circumstance, then you're just justifying, you're looking for ways to justify the continued lack of receiving these messages. Now it's all so jumbled in my head. All right. 10 of autumn. Take steps to ensure the financial security of your children or other loved ones, making wise investments or planning for retirement, honoring family traditions. Okay, that's not a good feeling. So it's money, 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 right? Money, money, money. What happens in 3 weeks? Is that Black Friday time? Let's see. 1, 2. Yeah. It's around Black Friday time. If you're going to release something this year, release that. Release the need to show your love, to show your affection, to show your connection with material things. I don't know what's going to happen. I kind of get the sense that those who participate in it, and shit, I was going to participate in it for the first time in fucking years. I was like, oh, we're home with my brothers. Let's fucking do family shit. Fuck that. I'm staying home. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's a bad feeling of like, first off, avoid the crowds. I'm really not worried about the, just, I don't know what it is. Just avoid being out in crowds for this year, for that period. And that's a 3-day period. 3 weeks and 3 things. Okay, so I don't know. And then it's like a secondary message of not just to avoid the crowds, but don't bother shopping online either. If you're going to buy something, I mean, it's really not fair of me to just be like, no, you're not allowed to spend that day. It's just, but it's this sense of make sure you're not overspending. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to affect you financially. It's going to affect everyone financially. Hey, was there did one of the countries, did their currency just like drop? Intergalactic, planetary, intergalactic. Okay, I'm sorry. China did. Do we follow? Do we follow their trends? Like when something happens to them, it happens to us as well. I just get a really ominous feeling. Are you fucking kidding me? Is he home? Can you bring him to me? He almost escaped. It's a really bad feeling though. It has to do with money. It has to do with a lot of struggle. I don't know. Oh God. Is it that doom and gloom shit for like, in January when whoever wins has their like, whatever the fuck they do. I don't even want to say it on my channel. I think it might have to do with that. The whole like, woo, be careful. Make sure that you are careful with what you spend. Say it. But shit. Can you guys hear and see me? Now my connection's unstable. Can you guys hear and see me? I just got a pop-up that my connection is unstable. Okay, so yes to the hear and see. Okay. Yeah, smarty girl. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's just like a really bad sense. I don't even think it matters who actually like I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking. I hate having to kind of censor what I'm saying because it makes it a lot harder to understand me if I'm like dancing around shit. But unfortunately, I was already being told before I even began this live stream to be mindful of my chosen words. And it's not necessarily that I can't talk about the topic, it's that I can't use specific words that are connected to topics. Okay. Yeah. So, Smarty Girl. Uh-huh. So, I mean, all of this is really convenient because this is a period where we are just spending ridiculous amounts. Like, God, just on Halloween, fucking, I don't know how much I spent for costumes for my kids. We usually don't celebrate Halloween. We usually wait until November 1st because we don't go trick or treating. We wait until November 1st and the kids can get their whatever costume they want. And we kind of just wear the costumes throughout the year. And this year we spent, I don't know how much on costumes. They weren't like super fancy costumes, but costumes are expensive. And no kids even came to our door. So just a lot of spending going on. Ooh, okay. Queen. Astrologically speaking, what's poppin'? Brand new whip just hopped in. No, but really, what's poppin'? I'm so like astrologically illiterate. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it alone. We're gonna go ahead and just finish off this reading with that. Just a lot of changes, a lot of shifts. You have to hang in there, okay? Hang in there. Make sure that you start doing whatever you need to do to make sure that you are solid for the next 3 months. So in the next 3 weeks, we're going to see some whatever indicators of we're going to see some indicators of what we potentially need to look out for. Because whatever I'm seeing right now, it can shift. It can absolutely shift. If people are going to continue to feed the monster gets bigger. The monster then grows into a full-grown cluster fluff. So we have to make sure we control where our thoughts, our focus goes. Don't feed into any more of the BS. I tell you, every single person who has sat on a seat in a particular type of office, that was so fucking obvious. They've all failed us. Every single one. Every single one has not fully done what they promised they were going to do. Every single one. It didn't matter which one won. Every single one has been a huge disappointment. Every single one. Okay? So let's not even focus on that. You have to focus, make sure that you focus on your space, like not allowing people to drain you by sucking you into dramas, unnecessary BS, and just really be mindful, okay, how you spend, where you put your focus, who you allow into your life, who you allow to remain. And final message that I'm being given, lots of messages will be coming through in dreams over the next 3 weeks. I'm sure most of you are probably already having some weird ass dreams. They're probably going to ramp up. You're probably not going to be able to remember what those dreams are. You're not having these dreams to remember them. Okay. Yeah, you're not having dreams to remember them. You're being given information in advance. Those of us who need to know stuff are being given that information. And when specific types of events are put in the queue, then you'll begin to recall some of that information. Like I download so much information in my cabeza for how many years at this point, most of my life actually. And I don't remember any of it until I actually need it. And it's just like, boom, it's right there. Like, holy shit. Okay, so smudge stick doesn't do anything about information. Okay, so that's the first thing. It would be the equivalent of using a smudge stick on the UPS guy. He's just going to be like, okay, sir, can you scoot the fuck over so I can give you your box? Yeah, smudge stick is not for that. All right, guys. Sorry that I gave you another what the F kind of reading. It's just one of those things where a lot of the readings are what the F type of information because we are in a what the F type of season cycle. The sooner we get ourselves out of this cycle by not participating, the sooner we can stop having this kind of bullshit. Okay, I gotta go. Thank you guys so much. If you could please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. Join me when I'm live. All right. Bye, guys. This WTF information that seems false and based on fear. Do you mean my reading or do you mean your information? I'm waiting for you to respond. You mean my reading or do you mean your information? Ben. Michael says end the live. Fine. I'll end the live. All right, guys. Good night.